Top of the morning to you in YouTube land. This, my little YouTube friends, is a Miller's Falls 49 half-inch drill. These things are built like tanks. This thing was probably built in the 50s. And it's got a tiny little problem. It's actually in pretty good shape. Actually, this was part of their, what they call the dynamite line. I think it appears to be stuck on, and I think what's happened is this little, so triggers, or that little trigger set is hung up. No big deal for the 1950s. You can take this baby apart, unlike today's sealed junk. A little horse trading yesterday with some of my terrorist buddies. No, not really, just they're my friends. And actually I probably shouldn't say stuff like that. It might not be taken too lightly with Big Brother watching. Anyway, we'll just take this baby apart. This thing actually, either somebody's replaced the cord or the cord's in very good shape on this thing. The only other problem I see is it's missing the check key. Yeah, I was afraid of that. Which it only comes off so far. You just punch that button down, hold the trigger in, just slide that baby off. That's aluminum. All that's aluminum. This probably had kind of a hammer tone or metal finish. Looks like there's a little metal bracket. Yeah, somebody put a new cord on this baby, but that's okay. They did a damn good job. Other than that little heap-de-doo there, nothing big. It's pretty good. Yeah, if I can see that. That handle is kind of off at an angle a little bit. Looks like. And I think what's happened is it's probably gotten dropped a few times. We'll give it just a little twist. What the pin does is when you hold that trigger, there's a hole that lines up and then it goes through, and there's a little mushroom head that catches there. And then when you release it, it just shoots back through there. One of those simple but clever ideas. This had some lock washers on it. Looks like maybe one or two of them are missing. And that's just pretty clean in there. There's a light film of oil in there, just really super light. I'll tell you what, we'll slide that baby back on. Put that grommet back in there. We'll put a couple screws back in there and see if that lines up a little bit better. That's what I love about old tools. They're so simply built. And a lot of times something mechanical goes wrong. Usually because of somebody doing something stupid. Like dropping it or something from a two-story building. This probably had the Dynamite logo right there. I can't remember if it was Dynamite or Dynamite. They had a whole series of tools under that logo. They actually had a drill motor that had a number of different attachments. There was I think a jigsaw and a sander and I believe a little baby table saw. It was a pretty sophisticated piece of equipment for the 50s. And if you pay any attention to tools, I think one of the local chains is hawking a tool that does the same thing. The motor, it's got a motor and then replaceable heads. It's kind of funny as they act like it's a big revolutionary idea. I got news for you folks. You need to look at your history a little bit. This is just single speed, non-reversible. And actually this is, I don't know if that's a Jacobs chuck or not. Oh, I believe it probably is. Nope. Wait a minute. Yep, it is. Jacobs makes, I don't know. They're one of those companies that just makes things, and they make a lot of drill chucks. I don't know how many millions they make. There we go. We'll tighten that back up. What those? I was just looking there. There's two little screws there. What those are for? Oh, I bet they have something to do with the brushes. This is one of these motors that has a brush you can get into. This probably could run on AC or DC. A lot of tools back then did. Well, let's see how we do it. Well, that clearance in there is pretty tight. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take a little bit more lining. Oh, let's cheat a little bit. I'm gonna carefully stick a small screwdriver in there and see how that lines it up. I went too far the other way. That might have done it. Well, let's see how we did on the... Not so good. Take that baby apart again and see what's hanging it up. It's something to do with the alignment inside the handle there. Actually, it looks like it's gotten twisted. Probably got dropped or something. I'll give it one more little tweak before I tear it all apart again. Nope. Yeah, that's okay. Anyway, you can see basically what needs to happen. Oh, let's see if we can slide that off. Looks like it's over too far that way now. I'm surprised the clearance in there is so tight. It's a really great day out. It's going to be a hot one though. That's okay. Get out here and do a little work before the sun starts beating down on me. In case you missed it the first time, this is how you take that drill apart. I know you're out there, I can hear you breathing. Anyway. Yeah, right, don't quit my day job. That's okay. It's always nice to work on something that takes a few simple hand tools, your brain, and a little patience. It's still hung up. There's something going on there. Let's try this all again. It's hanging that up. Yeah, we'll just give it a little gentle bend back the other way. Works fine out of the open. Let's see what's hanging it up. Well, let's give her another try here. If you want to, you can go over and see what the latest cat video is. It's probably not too exciting for you. Back up again. That just is not. Yeah, you know what that is? There's something I think pushing on that. really messed up. Yeah, there's part of the problem. Oh, now a little more observation. For some reason, I don't know if you can see that or not, that pin is pointing down. And it persists on pointing down. I don't know if it can. If it's bent. Oh yeah, it's really bent. Oh goodness. Okay. You can see that today. See how that's. Well, let's see here. Maybe a gentle bend from the pliers. There's a little baby spring in there. I don't know if I can get that out of the way to bend that or not. Yeah, I bet $1 somebody dropped all this. It's a little better shape. Terribly better. Let's try one more time. I suppose realistically I had to take that whole thing out of there. Right now. Oh man, yep. Let's flip it over and take a look at the back. Yeah, baby is really squished up. Yeah, somebody dropped that. I don't think I'm going to bend that by hand. Let's see. Well, give her one more try. Yeah, the bad thing is that's all riveted together. That's why it's hanging up. Yeah, that is not in good shape. Oh! I think I'm going to try one more time. I suppose I could get a little punch and a hammer and gently tap on the top of that. And the metal is so thin. Now let's try one more time to bend that. That's just being a real just not, if anything, I'm making it worse. Screwed it up. Now that might have it. Give her one more little tweak. What I really need to do is I need to knock that out of there and take it, put it on a table. See what's really. That's not bad. Oh, let's see how it looks on this side. Yeah, it's not in great shape. Really need. It looks like that's 2 pieces. Yeah, that. Just keep trying to straighten it up here. Baby is not in great shape. I don't see an easy way of making a new piece to. Straighten that up. That's not bad. There we go. Let's try that. Oh, some of the screws are trying to jump onto the ground. Well, let's try again. We'll reset that, get her in there, get the grommet back in there. The grommet's in pretty good shape too. Somebody replaced that, or just usually that old rubber takes a beating. I suppose I could have, I don't know, it'd be tough. I could drill, there's a little rivet right there on the end of that piece. I could drill it out and make a new one. I don't know, it'd be tough. Or I could just have some patience, keep trying to tap it into place. It's kind of hard to see in that assembly. Let's give this a try. Tell you what. We'll put 2 screws in, see how that does. Actually, a nice little breathe out here today. Thanks for watching today. Hopefully somebody finds this useful or funny or something good. Yeah, I did a little trading with a guy and he kind of threw this in. Oh, it doesn't work. Okay. Let's find out why. Now, there's 2 screws. Oh, let's see how we did. Well, the switch works. Yeah. It doesn't. Yeah. Seen better days. I don't know. Yeah. Well, I think I'm gonna. To be real honest, I don't use tool locks on tools very often. I don't like that. It kind of worries me. If something happens, you know, your first reaction is to jump back and let go of things. Usually when you do, the tool stops. Oh, I think we'll just leave that alone for now. Yeah, it could be a good winter rainy day project. I'll just build a new one. It's a great thing about these older tools is they're so simply built and stuff's pretty obvious what needs to happen. Something like that's not critical to the operation. And yeah, if you're drilling a lot of holes, you might want to click that down. I think we'll let her go. Still amazed at how really good shape this cord, and this has had to, yeah, this has been replaced. Sorry, 1950s didn't have 3-prong cord. That's a nice cord though. It's almost like a Milwaukee cord. Pretty rubbery. If you're gonna go to the trouble to replace a cord on a tool, it's always nice to really do a good job. Oh, there's a little tiny hole right there that says oil. I didn't notice that. Okie dokie. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to go see if I can find a chuck key and get that drill bit out of there. Actually, it's a pretty nice drill bit. I don't know, it'll be useful. Okie dokie. Well, if you have a question or comment or just had fun watching, drop me a line. Or you can subscribe to the channel. You get updates whenever I post the next weird video of me working in the backyard. Such a beautiful day, it seems a shame to waste it. Anyway, take her easy. Have a groovy day. Well, let's see here. thinking, you know, somewhere I had a whole bunch of Jacob's check keys. It's not a real one. And that might be one. We only got a few keys. Sure what these are. This is the number 2. Yeah, I had these somewhere. Somebody really tighten that baby down. I have to get a, you know what we can do? We can multiply our, double our pleasure and double our fun here. Trying to use 2 at once. It's every time. That's a number 2, so if you get a hold of the drill, you need the number 2. That's a, oh, I bet somebody's pissed about that. That's a snap-on drill bit. It's a 3/8 drill bit. So, tell you what we're gonna do. You're gonna sit there for a minute while I bore the hell out of you. Yeah, it wasn't so bad, was it? I made it back before you did. Hope you brought a sandwich for me, too. We'll just use the handy-dandy oil can. A little bit of oil, light machine oil. That's 20 weight machine oil. Oh, people don't use oil cans anymore, hardly, do they? Some of us do. Everything has to come out of a spray can. And we'll just shoot a little oil up in there. Put it on this side, and that side, and down the middle. These chucks really take a beating. That's funny. I didn't realize Snap-on had. That's funny to me. Snap-on had Snap-on branded drill bits. Probably have Snap-on branded toilet paper. Yeah, it's loosening up. You know, another good thing, actually that is in a can, is good old cheap carburetor cleaner, or brake cleaner. Stuff will dissolve your fillings. Yeah, so if you go using it, be careful with it. It is very, very aggressive. Yeah. Nice if I had a lanyard or something. Oh well. That's something I kind of off the track here. We'll take a little side trip I bought a while back. It was a drill doctor. Not a big name dropper. It does work good. I bought the medium priced one. And it does work good. I've tried for years to sharpen drill bits and I've never been very good at it. My father could sharpen them, and he tried to teach me, and I was too young and stupid at the time to learn how. If you're going to teach somebody something, the first thing out of your mouth ought to be why this is important. I'm going to show you, I don't know, something about key chucks, and the reason this is important is someday you'll, you know, blah blah blah. If you don't preface that statement with what you're going to learn out of this, a lot of times people's ears just clamp shut. Especially if they can't figure out a use for it. Yeah, this is... Oh, that's great. Oh, where am I going to put this? I guess I could just tape it on there. That's funny. had a guy in a shop telling us to tighten the chuck in all 3 positions or holes. I don't know, to be real honest. Very seldom do I do that. A friend that is really a snap-on nut. I bet he would really like to trade me something for that. Tell you what, I'll trade him. We'll see what we get out of him. He's got a lot of other name brand tools. He think if it isn't a snap-on tool, it's just total garbage, according to him anyway. Yeah, there's a way to. That's an old trick to store a chuck. Just put it back in the chuck there, or excuse me, a way to store the chuck key. Just put it in the chuck and just tighten it up lightly. The only problem with that is if it gets locked on there, you're kind of out of luck when it comes time to take it off. I don't know. There you go. Anyway, this is a little update on the Miller's Falls. I don't know why that's Miller's Falls. I think it'd be Miller Falls. Or, I don't know. Yeah, it's Miller's Falls Tools since 1888, it looks like. Greenfield, Massachusetts. Should look that up and find out why that is. Somebody's name, or I don't know. They surprisingly made a lot of tools. They were probably as big an outfit as Stanley, but I never paid much attention to their stuff till I got to looking at something of theirs real hard one day and thought, you know, that's pretty cleverly designed. Yeah, I got all these keys. I can't remember where I got them all. I think I got them at might have been a tool place going out of business. I think they were trying to get rid of this stuff desperately, and I think I got all that for a couple bucks. There's a lot of chuck keys in there. Variable property. Saved me from running around town looking for a darn chuck key. I had another 1/2-inch chuck on a drill, and I tried to stick it in there, and it was not going to fit. No way, no how. I thought, that's just screwed. And actually, that was a Delta drill. I was really disappointed. It tells me that chuck is a piece of junk. Anything to save a buck. Okie dokie. Well, that's probably about as much interest as you're going to get out of this video. So, if you have a question or comment, like I said, feel free to leave them. Take her easy. Have a good day.